Good morning, dear children. Today we will discuss the two things here: the formation of eclipse, that is solar eclipse, and the lunar eclipse. Now, before we come to the word eclipse, we will follow the same point: shadow. Now, the shadow are formed by the opaque object. When the opaque object comes between the source of light and the screen, the shadow will be formed by the opaque object, and that shadow will be cast on the screen. And always the shadow is formed on the opposite side, that is behind the object. So in the Earth's surface, you can see the shadow of many opaque body. You can see the shadow of your own body during the day, during the night, and other bodies also, other objects also you can see the shadow. Likewise, the shadow is not only cast on the Earth's surface, but also these shadows are formed in the space. And in space there are planets, there are heavenly bodies, satellites. Okay, now all these planets are considered as the opaque body. Okay, and the sun travels, the sunlight, they travels even in the space also. And when when this opaque body, when the light falls, when the sunlight falls on this opaque body, they cast their shadow in the space. And this formation of shadow in the space leads to the formation of eclipse. So therefore, eclipse are the complete and partial hiding of one heavenly body to the shadow of another heavenly body. Which means that, so if one heavenly body, the shadow of one heavenly body will fall on the another heavenly body. So therefore what will happen is that there will be complete formation of the shadow or the partial formation of the shadow. So likewise, regarding the term eclipse, there are two terms here. One is a solar eclipse and other one is a lunar eclipse. Now this solar eclipse are the eclipse of the sun. Okay. Now these solar eclipse are formed when the sun, moon, and the earth comes in a straight line. Okay. Sometimes they lies on a straight line in which the moon shadow will fall on the earth. When the moon shadow will fall on the earth, then the earth will not be able to see the sunlight. Okay, and the earth will become a partial dark or it becomes completely dark. And the reason of the earth, where a complete shadow of the moon will fall on the earth, it becomes complete solar eclipse. Or when the partial shadow of the moon falls on the earth, then it forms partial solar eclipse. So this happens. Now how it happens is that, now this is the sun, moon, and the earth. Now this sun, moon, and the earth, when they lies on the straight line, the sun which gives out light, that light falls on the moon. And since moon is a opaque body, okay, now this moon will block the ray of light coming from the sun. The light cannot reach the earth because in between the sun and the earth, the moon has come, and the moon will block the rays of light coming from the sun, and therefore the shadow of the moon will fall on the earth. And when the shadow of the moon will fall on the earth, in some places of the earth, the pupil will observe the complete solar eclipse, or in some places partial solar eclipse. And the complete solar eclipse, when they will observe that, now this part, you can see the central part, this one. This central part we call it as umbra. And the edge, okay, the edge part, that is the side part, the side part of this, these are known as the penumbra. Now this portion, this is the complete dark shadow. Umbra is the darker part of the shadow and is the lighter part of the shadow. Now when the darker part of the shadow will fall at the middle, and this region, that is the central region, we can see here, this central region, where the complete shadow of the moon is falling on the earth, which we call it as umbra. This is the complete dark shadow, and the some region of the earth they will observe the total solar eclipse. That means it will become completely dark during the day. And whereas the other region they will observe, the people will observe partial solar eclipse. So this way the solar eclipse are formed, and these are formed when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, and the sun, moon and the earth should be on the same straight line. They should be on the straight line. So in that case you will observe the solar eclipse, which is the formation of Saturn. Okay, let us come to the next point, lunar eclipse. Okay, now this lunar eclipse are just opposite. Now when the earth comes between the moon and the sun, and you won't be able to see the moonlight during the night. The moonlight, okay, the moon doesn't have their own light, you know that. They reflect the light from the sun. Okay, but sometimes what will happen is that when the sun, moon and the earth, they lie on the straight line. Okay, and what will happen is that now since the sun is reflecting the light towards the moon is not having their own light. They get the light from the sun. But when the earth will come between the sun and the moon, okay, the moon will not be able to receive the light, and we won't be able to see the moonlight. Okay, so that we call it as a lunar eclipse. And here you can observe here this region. These are the moon. I have drawn 3 moons here. Actually, it's not a 3 moon, but this part, these 2 parts will suffer the partial lunar eclipse. This region will also be partial lunar eclipse. This region, okay, this part. This is the total lunar eclipse. You can see here. So the moon is totally being blocked by the earth, and earth is also the opaque body. Okay, opaque body, and the moon will not be able to receive the light from the sun, and totally the light get blocked and the earth's shadow will fall on the moon, and therefore we will observe the lunar eclipse. And the lunar eclipse can be a partial lunar eclipse as well as the total lunar eclipse. And this region, okay, the central part where the moon is located, this region is a complete lunar eclipse, which we call it as a umbra. Okay, and this region, half part is completely dark and other region is partially dark. Okay, so this region is the partial lunar eclipse. So even in the earth you can see that now you cannot see the moonlight. The moonlight can totally be blocked by the earth, or it can be blocked partially. So this way the lunar eclipse are formed. So this lunar eclipse are formed when the earth comes between the sun and the moon, and the earth's shadow will fall on the moon. So this is about the formation of eclipse. Okay, and this eclipse is also the kind of, it's also the shadow. Okay, shadow of the opaque object which are formed in the space. Okay, and also we have discussed about where the shadow are formed. The shadow can be longer and shorter. Okay, in the early morning the shadow can be is longer. In the noon the shadow becomes shorter when the sun is overhead. Then afternoon again, as the time goes, the shadow becomes longer. Okay, and evening becomes longest. So depending upon the time, depending upon the sunlight, which the sun rays which travels, okay, from east to west. Okay, so the shadow will also get changed. So this is about the light. So we have come to the end of this chapter. In the next class we'll start the new chapter. Thank you.